Alright, welcome back. My name's Scott, and I wanted to go over today just a test I took getting ready for this bodybuilding competition. And it was just a series of tests to kind of see where I was at, just some measurements and whatnot. And in order to know where we're progressing, we first have to know where we're at right now. I guess the downer of a transformation is you have to start wherever you are. If you're 100 pounds overweight, well, that's where you have to start. If you only need to drop another 1 or 2 pounds, well, then that's where you have to start. A quote that I really like, it's by a guy, Thomas S. Monson. It says, "When performance is measured, performance improves." And I've definitely seen this as I go throughout the school year. I'm watching my grades, and the teachers who are quick to update their grade books online for me, I'm much more likely to go and keep up. Whereas if the teacher's a month behind, I don't see an immediate interaction between my effort and my grade. Same basic principle, just applying it to bodybuilding now. And so there's a couple different ways you can measure your progress. I've got a few easy ones I wanted to talk about and show today. The very, very, very basic is just a tape measure. You can buy these online, or Walmart, GNC probably has them. They're about $5. You can use them to measure your chest, your stomach, your arms, your legs, calf. Right now my arms are at 15 and an 1/8 inch. Yeah, it's pretty important to throw that 1/8 of an inch in there. And when you do it, make sure you write it down. Unless you're super smart and have a way better memory than me, in a month, when you've actually put a little bit of size on your arm, you're not going to remember all these different numbers. The next one after your tape measure, you can get a skin fold caliper. Again, $5. I know on Amazon, if you buy them together, you can get them for under $10. Basically what this does is you just grab some fat and you pinch it. There's a little thing that clicks, and that tells you roughly how much fat it's pinching. I don't normally calculate it into how much body fat percentage you can, just because all I really care about is if it's at 20 today, next week I want it to be at 19. I don't really care what that calibrates into body fat percentage, but you might. The next one I got was just a bathroom scale, digital bathroom scale. This one, it has 4 memories on it, and that I can put my height, my birthday. Also, I can put my goal in it. So if I weigh 180 right now and I want to weigh 170, which is what I'm at and what I kind of want to get to, it keeps track of how many pounds I've lost working towards that goal and how many more I need to go. It also has some electrical foot pad deals on it that is supposed to measure your body fat percentage. It's pretty debated if it's accurate or not, but it kind of gives you something to go off of, and it's kind of fun to watch. Those are going to run anywhere from 20 to $40. I mean, you can get way more expensive, but that'll work. Another really easy one is your resting heart rate. Just find your pulse, count it for 10 seconds, multiply that by 6, there's your resting heart rate. But make sure you do that in the morning or something before you get up and start running around, otherwise it's not your resting heart rate. Another really easy one is to kind of evaluate your cardio is go out, warm up, stretch a little bit, and then run a mile. Time yourself, see how fast you can do it. And I mean, it's already a good workout, a fun way to sneak some cardio in. And in a month when you reevaluate that, or a week when you reevaluate it, if you haven't been doing a lot of cardio, that one improves really fast. And so you can tell that. I didn't do it just because of a more advanced test, I guess, that I took later on that I'll talk about. Okay, so for me, those are the easy ones. But for my school, we have a really cool program where they actually will do a full body assessment, is what they call it, where they'll go through and put us through a bunch of different tests. I think we can do like 2 a semester. Your school probably has something similar if you're in school, or otherwise you can pay for it probably at a fitness club or a doctor, but it's going to cost you a little bit of money and isn't absolutely necessary. It's just kind of interesting. So the first one they did to me was just a hip to waist ratio. My hip was 39, my waist was 33, which put the ratio at 0.85. So that just kind of tells you how you're storing your fat, how much fat you have. Also, if you're really big boned, then your hip's going to be bigger, so your waist is going to be bigger, so you don't have to worry that you don't have a 30-inch waist like the next guy. But if your hip is small, then your waist should be smaller too. So mine, I need to drop it. That's not quite where I want it. And then they did body composition again. They just used one of these. They took 3 measurements 3 times. They took it on my chest, on my quad, and then on my abs. And just averaged that out, and it gave me my body fat percentage. My body fat percentage was at 19%, which is way higher than what I wanted it to be. But you have to start where you're at. I'd love to start at 13, but 19 is where I'm at right now. And my body weight was like 182.6. My goal is to get at 6% body fat for my show, which means I'm going to have to lose 23, 24 pounds. So, which seems like a lot, but my show's about 20 weeks out. So I mean, that's only a pound a week that I'm going to have to lose. And hopefully the whole myth about putting fat and muscle on it, or taking fat off and putting muscle on, is false, because I also want to put some muscle on. Flexibility. They have you do a sit and reach. They have a little machine where you sit down, you try to touch your toes, and they measure how close to your toes you get or how far past your toes they go. That's probably one of the areas I really need to work on the most, but luckily, because I've never worked on it at all, really. I mean, I'll stretch sometimes before or after my workout, but not like I should. So that one, the nice thing about that is I know I'm going to improve really fast on that one. And then they have you do a push-up test. You just do as many push-ups as you can. You can't rest for more than 2 seconds. I was in the 90 percentile for that. Curl-ups, kind of like a sit-up. It measures your abdominal muscle endurance. Again, I was in the 90 percentile. For your bench press, compared to your weight, I was in the 70 percentile. I'd already done a bunch of push-ups, so I think that's a little lower. But then it also should be mentioned, this is like everybody. This isn't just like bodybuilders or weightlifters. So I'm not 70% stronger than all the, or in the 70 percentile of everybody at the gym. It's everybody for my age and weight. Okay, so VO2 max. This one was really interesting. It's like a cardiorespiratory fitness measurement, and it kind of measures how your body uses its oxygen. So as you do cardio, your body will become more efficient at using the oxygen that you're giving it, so it will require less to do the same amount of work. And so what they did is they had my resting heart rate, then they had me run on this treadmill for a little while, and I had a heart rate monitor on. And then once my heart rate got up to a certain level, they made me keep it at that level. And then they turned the treadmill to just a slow walk, and my heart rate started to come back down. And then they measured how fast it was coming down. So that's kind of cool. I had never done it. I don't know. Real world application. Again, you can just do the mile run. That will give you a ballpark of how your cardio is. But this was interesting to me. I'm in the 70 percentile. So again, I think that one's going to be one that can be improved really fast for me, because I've been skipping my cardio. So, which is probably why my body fat percentage was higher than I wanted. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm glad I have these numbers. Some of them were a little bit of a disappointment in myself, but again, you just have to start where you're at. This is where I'm at, and I just have to go forward from here. It's kind of nice to have this information. I would encourage you guys to go find out where you're at, come up with 1 or 2 tests, work to improve. It's a lot more motivating. I'm motivated to change these things. But then also, it gives me a victory to celebrate in another 2 weeks when I've improved on some of these. It's kind of a payoff for dieting and doing my cardio. But you guys, thanks for watching, and if you have any comments or advice, please feel free to comment or subscribe and follow me and give me the encouragement that I need as I go through this process. Thanks. Bye.